put this back on with some more lectury analysis. Which means I'm cutting it short for now, in that I won't have that much to say about the match.
Final round. Fight.
The team has assured me that they're looking into it. Alright then. So since we are back, as promised, replaying round 2 and going back into the actual explanations of important things in it. Now this is almost plain to learn, but the truth is, I'm very aware that the Alex matchup requires that sort of movement. You jump, you get pushed out and you hit certain things, and you set it up such that the Alex player doesn't know whether you're going to do that or vanity step. And because of the way Alex buttons work at that specific range, you're probably going to get away with it.
Final round. Fight.
So there's a throw setup. Bad habit fails me. And the space sweep. But the overall flow of the match is not decided by whether or not I know what to do or whether or not I'm being outsmarted. It's primarily about, am I hitting the right things at the right spaces? And we're not talking about if I know which things to hit. I know what to hit, I just don't have the muscle memory for hitting them. And as you can see, they got in one more chop and down I went.
Alex wins.
So I had a little time to think about this match before the matches I'm about to go into. I did have matches between these, but there's also a difference in terms of the expectations of players at higher ranks. Since they are more confident and a little bit more cautious in terms of getting themselves mixed up or messed up, it is entirely possible for higher level players to be easier to defeat. This may seem as if it's because people are random, but randomness isn't the real reason that happens. It is that a player will try something that they are familiar with, and when it works, the bronze level player often repeats it to see if it will work again. Silver player has changed their thinking for the most part and don't do it again, which is what we call
Round 1.
and some
Fight.
your opponent more in order to be successful. Because here we have an Alex player who is playing properly, who is making sure that they don't go for things that are easy to get out of, that they don't randomly throw out buttons, and unfortunately for them, having been reminded earlier in the session, oh right, I'm supposed to do step for this. Because the way that Alex does damage when you do step from the right range is minimized. So having been reminded of that, I spent a lot more time doing that. And they spent less time doing random-ish things in neutral.
Round 2.
So despite the fact that they are clearly higher in the ranks, about to head into Super Silver, I believe, this is the sort of opponent against whom I do better because what I've grinded and the way of thinking that I'm much more successful. But even then, you still see the same sort of thing. I know how to do that, and I know how to react in time to the ice ball hitting, but nothing. However, I am very experienced with throwing Alex when he goes for that, because that's what the Alex player I'm familiar with does. The difference therefore is stark. I can say that a particular Alex style will defeat me because I'm unfamiliar, and a different style, which is the one I'm much more used to, is what this player is using. So to me, their higher rank doesn't really have that much effect. There's no specific reason to fear or think of a silver player as particularly better if you've been doing your own practice. A lot of things at this level have a lot more to do with your knowledge of the matchup than the character itself, or even the player. You may find a bronze player who exploits a part of the matchup that you don't know and you lose. You can find a high silver player or even gold player who doesn't do that and uses the part of the matchup you're familiar with, and they might not be familiar with your character. So they get pummeled because of now they're the one who is stuck in that position of being the higher rank but being unfamiliar with the style used by yourself. It is for this reason that winning in this game isn't something you can say has a strong meaning until higher up. You should probably spend your time analyzing whether or not you won because of success in something you were trying to play. As you'll notice, for example, this player is relatively defensive and therefore mostly easy to throw. And somewhat predictable in terms of their flows between defensive and offensive stances, you could say.
Round 2. Fight.
They also don't seem to know their meaty timings and probably need to grind them more. That use it all needs to be a good plan. So here, have them and throws them or refuses with throws in general. Not as Alex doesn't have made of that. In fact, its ability to throw this is relatively higher than most players. If Colleen gets to land that many throws, eventually, unless you quick rise them all, that sort of thing's gonna happen. So that's a shorter segment, mostly about how to view the game and what you can do to get the most out of your training. However, if you're having fun, keep having fun. And on that note, Rillian's out for tonight.